Something's trying to grab it. What was that? There's something. Got a jumper, guys. You get that screen to double tap. Fish on. Fish on. Let him fight. He's fighting. Oh, one hook. Only one hook in him. Easy. I gotta make the sound effects. I mean, it really wasn't that heavy, but. What up, largemouth bass? Thanks for playing. That hook was not coming out, actually. If you're just now joining, we just got started. We're like 2 minutes in, catching bass. Chad Outdoors Live. Lunchtime bass fishing on a Friday. Oh. Yep. Let's see, we got 22 people joining. Let's see if we can get some more, get some double taps. Give me a like, hit that heart button. We'll catch some more. It feels like summer out here today. Jeez. Off the bank. We call that a bank shot. Got a little bit of shade left here. Maybe that's where Mr. Bass was chilling. He hit pretty good. We're looking for a big one. Kind of like that cave right there. It's pretty big. I don't know if y'all can see that. Cameraman, can you turn the camera for me? Wake up back there. Dang, that thing goes in there. That's pretty cool. Maybe there's some gold back in there. Someone just found a bunch of gold in Kentucky. A bunch of gold coins, says worth like 4 million. That's nuts. It was all like buried under his farm. Topsoil. That would be nice. Here I am over here in the shade. Feeling pretty good. Oh yeah, shade feels very nice. Sorry, you can hear me sniffling. I got the mic right under my nose. Somebody really, hey, I remember that name. How you doing? Appreciate you. We just caught us a bass. Good sign. We caught one on like the third cast. Maybe the second, third, probably third cast, yeah. Some reason you don't want to catch it on the first cast. People think it's bad luck. I don't know though. I'm not super superstitious. I'm not really superstitious at all. The stupidest thing is the bananas in the boat. That's the only thing I'll ever think of, but it's such a good boat snack. Easy to pack. It comes in a wrapper that you can throw in the lake. It's just silly that people say it's bad luck. Anybody in the chat heard of that one before? I'm sure you have. No, it goes for really any boat. It's just not just fishing. I think there's a story about like with some folks coming overseas with a bunch of stuff, had packed bananas and they got rotten and got everybody sick or something. I think that's the backstory on it. A little history, fun facts with Chad today. I'm sure half of y'all's heard of the banana superstition. I did take a bite of a banana right before I got out here. And it have something in the belly. Hey, appreciate the shout out, somebody really. Yep, we're in the back of a creek right now, which I was gonna pass up on. It's kind of dirty, but we did catch one, so we're gonna hit it really quick, see if we can snag another one, and then move on to some main lake stuff. That jet ski's just tearing it up back there. So much for that spot back there, but that's okay. We got a lot of lake to fish. Oh, y'all just have to take my word for it. There was a decent one right there at the boat. Almost bit it right when I stopped it. It's always a good idea when you're fishing moving bait. Just give it a little pause every now and then, especially right before you pull it in the boat, and that's when they'll hit it if they're following it, which is what I did, but it didn't take it. But it did come real close. Maybe I should have let it sit a little longer. Yeah, probably. Now we're in the back of this creek, and there's a little drain on the right. Typically those should hold fish. We're on a warming trend right now, coming off of that cold front, so it's kind of a slumpish move of weather pattern, and it's supposed to freeze on Monday, which will make for an interesting fishing week. The cold weather's been helping. This lake just needs to cool off. It's still like a bathtub. It's 80 degrees in there now. It was 72, and it's back to 80. And the reason it warms up so fast, not only because it's hot here in Texas, is because the water's brown and darker colors attract heat. So when the sun's out, it just cooks. This lake used to be blue, and it wouldn't warm up so fast. But once it clears out, we'll be back to clear water blue fishing. I don't care, I'll fish whatever. Just happy to be out here catching these bass. Come on, Mr. Bass. A pallet. Looks like a boat ramp, but that's a pallet on the bank. We're gonna caught it. I can't even talk. We're gonna go across this other side. It's not a steep bank, it's more of a 45-degree slope. We're gonna see if there's more fish on this side. The one we caught earlier was right at the steep side bank. So we're just gonna hit this real quick and then gonna idle out to some nicer, bigger water. But good thing is when they're in the creek and shallow stuff, you do run a bait by their head. They usually bite it. This creek's deep. It's like 35 feet in the middle, and there is a ton of bait right there. I like that. All right, bunch more bait right there. If it wasn't so hard to see, I'd point the camera down there. Makes me feel like there's some bass around. Turning the graph on with my feet. I wonder, what is everybody doing for the weekend plans? Anything cool? I'll take a look at the chat, see what anyone's doing. If you want to share it with me, I don't know if you want to hear what I'm doing, but I think it's not a whole lot, which is great. Usually have some sporting activities to go to for kids, but this weekend it's all clear. Probably gonna smoke a brisket and some ribs. Try to relax. Been doing a lot of work. I know this doesn't look like work right now, but this is definitely part of my fun. I'm gonna try to go on the lake too. We'll see. I had a quick break for lunch schedule, and I was like, you know what? Let's do a quick fishing video live because the lake is real close to my house, and luckily enough, I'm able to zip out here. We've already got one fish. I want to keep the momentum going. I want to catch another one before too long. Okay, 2 more casts and we're gonna head out of here. Look for some pretty water. I know a spot real close, actually. I'll take a listen to y'all's chats. We can have a little combo real quick. Okay. Time for me to cool off. Move to the next spot real quick. Oh man. I just realized I left my new topwater bait at the house. Might have to go get that. Just might. All right, let's see what y'all are saying today. Anything cool? Got some new shoes, all right. New shoes are nice. Catch and fry. Yeah, we caught one. Yeah, these rocks are old. I don't know how old. 400 years. And see if anybody knows why I said that number. YouTube never willing having a fish. What? Not sure I understand all that. What's up, Ronald? Welcome to the show. We're cruising to the next spot. We're about to work on bass number 2 in just a quick minute. Let's get it. Let's get it. A lot of bait in here. All right, we got a bird up here on the shoreline and some turtles, but the bird mainly is what I'm looking for. Then we had a ski boat just come by. See these giant waves? But we're gonna fish this point and see if we can't get some bites out here on front. But I gotta hold this camera because we got some tidal waves coming. Check these out. Jeez. "48 pounds with your hands, that's impressive." Is that a catfish you caught? There goes that bird. I'm telling you, these waves, look at the ocean. Catch fish with your hands. Yeah, dude, it's called noodling. I've done that before with catfish. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, right? But these bass, there ain't no way you're gonna catch them with your hands. Not unless it's tame. There's an old man on, I call him an old man. He's just older than me. So anybody older than me is an old man. But I'm not gonna tell you how old I am. But this guy was catching, he caught like an 8-pound bass with his hands. Pretty sure it was a pet. It was in a pond. He held a shad down in the water. and it came up and bit it, and he grabbed it. It was really cool though. I have not done that. All right, dude, it's baking out here. It's like suntan and weather. When it's like this, my camera overheats, so I don't know if I got 10 minutes left or what, but if it goes out, that's what happened. We're about to slay one of these fish. There's that jet ski I was talking about. Trying to get on YouTube Live. Water visibility is not the best. About 2 feet deep. And then you can't see. It's crazy, stagnant looking water, but it's not that bad. I swear, it's like November what, 7th? Should be deer hunting tomorrow. That'd be nice, but I don't have a place to go. Oh, what was that? That's a rock, folks. But we're gonna set the hook anyway. All right, see this stuff coming up here where the rocks flatten out a little bit and some brush? That's where Big Boy's gonna be. Drink now, drive through the water. I don't know if I can hear that radio, but somebody jamming some clasps. Oh, come on. I mean, look at this. There's no wind. It's crazy. Oh. So somebody got new shoes. Somebody caught a 48 pounds fish with their hands. Seeing what anyone else got going on this weekend. Anything fun? Give me some ideas. The first weekend I really don't have a whole lot going on. Except my wife texted me about some festival for all kind of activities, mixture of kids stuff and good food and drinks. So I might be doing that. My favorite drink choice is iced tea with lemonade, or just regular old sweet tea, and sometimes half and half. All right, water's looking a little better on this side. Over there on that point, I guess. Oh, a lot of debris gets knocked around off those rocks and stirs it up quite a bit. Looking a little better. Trying to fish something different, but those fish have been in the bushes lately. And that's their favorite spot. There's a fish way down there deep. Might have to say hello to him. All right, fish count is still stuck at 1. I know y'all are ready to see some action. I'm trying. Trying. I don't know what that is up there, but it looks like a cushion. Somebody's, what the heck? Hopefully that's just a boat pillow. Yeah, I think so. First it looked like a boat pillow with a dress on. It's weird looking. Yeah, it's a float with a chair and it's upside down. You see some weird stuff on the lake, I tell you what. That thing's it's a big old black screen and it's gonna overheat. I need an umbrella lady. Or something, yeah. Preferably an umbrella lady. That would be nice. Swear you're gonna start to see this sweat on my back. I had a black shirt on right before I left the house. I changed it knowingly it's gonna be super hot. I even put sunscreen on my face today. I usually don't do that. I usually come home with a red face thinking, dang it, why did I do that again? But I remembered. There's some bait. All right. Legs stiff. Too hot. Yeah, it's a nice day. Yeah, crankbait, lipless crankbait. You saw that wake, huh, Carmen? That was crazy. I know that was a few minutes ago. No one? The water's all stirred up again. We got a good group of people in here, everybody. Having a good Friday, hopefully. Hopefully this makes it better. If you're not able to get on the water, at least maybe see some water. Hear some dude rambling on like me. Some days I talk, some days I don't talk as much. You got me in a talking mood just for a little bit. I had a buddy that was going to go with me. Somebody put a meeting on his calendar right now, so he couldn't make it. Trying to get us some more faces out here, some people y'all can talk to or whatever, but or just increase fish catching odds. The best live I've had so far, I think we caught 9 on it, which was a pretty good day. That's when it got cold. They were biting good in the morning. I don't know if we're gonna beat that unless we pull up on one of these pockets and just go boom, boom, boom. All right, there's some bait. Y'all see it jumping in front of or behind my bait? That's a good sign. Usually the fish are kind of nearby. At least if you got some bait. There they go again. Come on, bass. Come out. Let's try that again. Yeah, they're jumping out. The bait's jumping out of the water. It drops off to a river channel right here, like 90 feet deep. There they go again. Little farts. Yep. And the boat's sitting at about, 90 feet deep. That's a hole right there. Now it just jumped to 70. That's deep. And then to the right, it's like 5 feet. So they drop off main river channel ledge. Just needs to cool off a little more for them to be up on top of this ledge eating. There's some bait again. It's reel's got a little tick to it. It's an expensive reel. It's a Daiwa Zillion. I don't know why it's got a little tick. But these are really good reels. Japanese. Hard to beat this. I like Sean a lot too. They're good. And Johnny Moore's signature series are really good. I wish they would give me some reels. I'd give them lots of shout outs if they would. I'm just saying, anybody know somebody? Not that I need a bunch more reels, but it could use a fresh update. These dudes here, they've all caught lots of fish, which is good. But I could give these to someone else that probably needs them more than I do, and then someone could give me some fresh reels. I can shout them out. Sounds like a good deal for everybody. Yep. I gotta move this camera out of the sun somehow, or we're gonna be no more live. I'm afraid it won't last today. Seriously, gotta get an umbrella. Lost my hat. I haven't done that in a minute. There it is. Y'all can laugh at that. Hey, welcome to the show. We're just picking my hat up. If y'all can see it, it just blew off. Down there to the right side of the boat, or right about there. Hold on, Mr. Hat, we coming to get you. We try this again. I gotta almost hit it to grab. At least my head will be cooled off. Oh yeah. We got it. Whew. It was gonna sink. I've had that happen. I got it. Okay. Big giant creek comes out right here. Looks like a lot of bait bubbling. Not say bubbling, but definitely coming up to the top. Hey dude, you're close. It's not belting. The watercolor probably has you thrown off a little bit because this lake's usually pretty blue color, even a bluish green. But we are in Central Texas. If you want to make another guess, I bet you can guess it within 2 more guesses. I bet. You'll probably get it right away, actually. Let's see. Steelhouse? Uh-oh. No, you got closer. Closer as far as the map goes to where I'm at. It might take you another 2 more. Those are good guesses, so I could see where you would guess Steelhouse. I wouldn't mind being on either one of those right now. This lake here's been pretty off, unless the cold weather comes back. Steelhouse. Any other guesses? Central Texas Lake. I can say it's on the Highland Reservoir chain of lakes. That should definitely help. Come down 35 south of Waco, Belton, and you'll be close. Probably gonna fish around the corner for a few minutes and then end it, and then I'll start a new live up as soon as I get in this one pocket where I think they're gonna be hitting top water again. It'll be for some good action. So bear with me till we catch one of these fish off this point real quick. And there's some shad right there. A little shad. Oh, really fishy? I thought you wanted to play. I'm glad I didn't lose this hat. One of my favorite hats. Let's see, any more guesses? Nope, not Lake Waco. So if you go down, I'll give you a clue. Go down 35. Highway 35, Interstate 35 towards Austin. Lake's pretty close to that area. Dang it, I should not have stopped. I don't want to give that bait up. At least I'd break it off on a fish, not this stupid rock. Okay. We're gonna send this little lure knocker down the line if anyone wants to see. If it works, I'll tell you where I got it. If it doesn't work, probably don't want to know. All right, so you want the line tight. You put it inside this little sinker and you turn it so now it's like part of the line that goes down. Should knock your bait on top of the head and knock it off the rock, and voila. Works pretty good. That was actually a really good demo of that. And you always want to check your line, make sure it's good. There we go. This is the spot. Looks like somebody's orange bait's chilling in the bush. Is that a bait or a bobber? I don't know. Doesn't look like something I want. That's a perfect cast. All right. Let me come take a peek at these chats. Thanks, dude. All right. Well, I'm gonna move spots. I got a long run, so I'm gonna end the live, let the phone cool off, charge it, and we'll come back on later once I'm catching them. Thank y'all all for jumping in. For now, if you want to join later, subscribe and you'll get that live notification. Thanks. See you guys later.